シーン36カット22アクション
In Japan, the movie is animated and it's also recorded in Japanese and mixed, and so the movie's already been shown in Japan.
When the movie finally gets to us here to produce the English language version, we actually get a full film. We get a full completed film, the Japanese film, and then we kind of analyze it and see what we want to do to make the English version. Whether the English version is going to be exactly like the Japanese version or whether it's going to vary. In this case, the decision was made to keep it very similar to the Japanese movie.
We translate it, thought dialogue heavy, like Naruto, of course, being the star, has a lot of lines. And then you have Princess Koyuki, she has a lot of lines as well. So it's kind of, it is dialogue heavy. And when you have a lot of characters also, bringing them in. So it does take a lot of time to record.
I don't know where you got your taste in men, Sakura, but it stinks.
Come again?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
A voiceover session for Naruto, and I think for just about any other anime series or ADR series, is comprised of usually an actor, the director, and an engineer. And it's that simple. Sometimes we have the producers, which is great. A lot of the times we don't. The actor hasn't read the script, so they come in the booth and they're just sort of the sponge. Right? They stand in front of a television set. I'm there as a director, and it's my job to make sure that we stay on point, on target in terms of the story.
You bet we are! You're looking at the next Hokage, a super ninja, pal! Oh yeah! Naruto Uzumaki, live and in the floor!
Good. Next Hokage, a super ninja, pal. Oh yeah, just needs to be a bit more, even grandstand it even more. We'll give you beeps for 42, see what happens. We preview, we get the 3 beeps, and we take a look at what we're about to do. Why don't we preview 145 again, and then also a preview for 146 and 7, just because the next whole line is M&S, we can capture them both.
Yay, I like that idea. Already. I mean, come on. What's so special about getting my autograph, huh? You're just gonna shove it in some drawer and forget about it? All it's good for is collecting dust. Just a waste of time. They're useless! What a joke. Okay. Okay. Having the reference of the original Japanese actors, even if you can't understand exactly what they're saying, it kind of helps you keep on course as you're recording the story.
Let's push on. Our fate lies beyond the rainbow.
If you're doing an original animated series where they're starting with the audio and adding the video later, or if you're doing a commercial or a promo or anything else, you basically are being hired to do your thing. So you do your thing and they'll work everything else around it. In this case, it's completely the opposite. You're being hired to replace something that already exists with your thing. So you have to fit your peg into whatever hole of whatever shape is already there.
Settle this fight doing that.
Settle the fight? That's not really what I was aiming for at the moment.
Too soft?
Yes.
Settle this fight doing that.
Settle the fight? That's not really what I was aiming for at the moment.
What?
You have to have all of the normal aspects of acting. Your intention, your character, your voice, knowing who you're talking to, knowing what you're trying to get across. But you are restricted in how long and in what intensity you can say things. Because if the character on the screen is speaking in just a few flaps, you've got to fit your line into those flaps. So you've got to get all of the other things that you would normally do into a very restricted period of time. And the other thing is, if your intention, your inclination, if you read a line on the page might be to yell it, but the character has a very calm face, then you can't yell. So you've got to find another way to make your performance live within those rules.
This is crazy! So, like, you are the real Princess Gale, aren't you?
It's an incredibly difficult art form to be able to walk in and express every ounce of emotion that needs to be expressed, but in a very limited time constraint and rhythmic constraint as well.
Behind you, look out!
Not quite. Stretch the behind you just a little bit, so we might be missing a flap. Let's see what we got. Okay, good. That doesn't sink. Beautiful. So how about a, no, behind you, look out! Or behind you, princess, look out. Let's do that. It's gonna be quick. Keep all that emotional level, though. Here we go.
Behind you, princess, look out!
Yes. Love it. Let's compress it by 2. Thanks, Maile.
As an actor, if you think, oh, this moment, I just wish it would be a little bit more emotional, if I could, stretch it out a little bit longer, you can't. The picture's already there, you gotta work within the picture.
Just once. Enough already!
Good. We'll punch it for enough already. Pull that back just a little bit. I've been working with this cast for 1.5 years now. These guys know their characters backwards and forwards, so this is just another really great adventure for them to carve out an experience as these characters.
Ah, yeah! Princess Gale, you rule! Good six it to evil once again!
Cut the yeah at the top. Princess Gale, you roll! Okay? Maile has a voice unlike anyone else. She's just perfect for this role. She is Naruto, I mean, she's got that goofy, crazy side, but also that very serious side as well, And I think in the booth we tend to tap more into more of the goofy, crazy side. But what's amazing about her is that she can turn that off and go right into this dark place, lonely place that Naruto lives.
No one ever cared about me before. And I just try to blow it off, But it was still pretty rough. I used to think there was no place in this world for me. Because it's so dramatic, you might be saying to somebody, I will kill you. Some days, if it's a really dark episode, you're in a little dark room, kind of attacking someone and trying to kill them for 2 hours, and then I walk out and it's, wow, I'm a little melancholy. Oh, man, that movie was so cool. I don't think I've ever been so blown. Yeah.
I don't want to...
Brilliant, moving on.
Naruto on Happy Juice. All right.
She has just the pure energy of the character. Not to mention she has just this incredibly unique voice, as does the Naruto in the Japanese series. And although the voices are not identical, there's similarities in their performances that make it a really nice transition from the Japanese to the English.
Don't you worry, Princess Gale, I can protect you! What's funny about creating the character of Naruto is that in this case, he's so multidimensional and there's so many different scenes and scenarios and he goes through so many different stages and experiences. It's kind of a constant battle of emotions for him, which is really, it's really interesting to play because he's never on one level. He's always multidimensional, which isn't that normal for a lot of animation.
His armor has been fractured. The rest is up to you. Naruto!
Yuri Lowenthal is one of the great actors that I have had the great privilege to work with. He takes direction beautifully. He understands subtleties and can twist things just the tiniest bit to shape it. He appreciates this art form. He gives it the same respect that I do. We give it everything that we have. And what's great is that he and I are both kind of nerdy fans. I'll just say that. We love anime, so it's great fun.
Don't you think this will take away from the mystery for all the kids?
Yes, I think it will.
Don't you think they expect me to be in here, dressed as Sasuke, throwing shuriken around? This show is a dream come true to me. I still have all my How to Be a Ninja books that I bought when I was, younger, and embarrassingly enough, not that much younger. But I still have all those books, and I just, I thought, if I get enough of these books, and I read them, and I study, and I, go to martial arts stores and buy, padded nunchucks and shuriken and things like that, then I too could, follow the art of invisibility and become a ninja. I found that having since then studied a lot of different martial arts, none of which were ninjutsu, you can't learn that out of a book. There is even a theory that ninjutsu doesn't even exist. I think that's, of course, ninjutsu's way of covering itself. But yeah, this is a dream come true to get to play a ninja. Are you kidding? It's the best job in the world.
You want to aim for that branch!
Right! Nice de gozaimasu.
Oh, and then she does the Sakura Blizzard Jutsu. Could that be a Sakura Butterfinger Blizzard Jutsu? Because those are my favorite.
Yuri's voice like completely jumped out at us when we were doing the auditions for Sasuke. When we got his audition, a lot of the actors, they slate their names before their audition, so we know who it is. And he slated his name in Japanese. And people in the Naruto team were like, wow. And he just totally gets Sasuke. He was like,
You're probably right. Lion's Barrage!
Oh, she's so screwed. All right, so it goes a little something like this.
Fire style Phoenix Flower Jutsu! Naruto! Water style Water Dragon Jutsu!
Yeah. Things I say all the time. In traffic, sometimes I'll call down a nice water dragon jutsu. Blows the cars out of the way.
Dave just has this incredible coolness when he does Kakashi, and it's just kind of like, it's sort of like he's not like fazed by anything. And then it's just that sarcasm that kind of comes through with Kakashi. It really hits the mark of the character.
Even without ninjutsu and genjutsu, a ninja always has taijutsu. You rely too much on this armor.
Revenge, baby. Somebody gotta kick somebody's butt here, and it might as well be me.
One of the interesting things about doing this kind of thing is that you record different sides of a conversation, sometimes months apart, so that I could read my lines, and it might be 2 or 3 weeks before the person I'm talking to even comes into the room. So the upside of that is that you can leave little bonus extras, sort of unofficial, unrecorded, alternate tracks for each other, inside jokes and that sort of thing, that we can leave as little Easter eggs for each other.
Oh my God! Kari Wahlgren! Over here! Kari, I love you so much. Please. I love you, please. Will you sign my chest? Sign my chest, my butt, sign my boobs! Something! Oh my God, I love you!
So hot! I want a piece of that.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do it all.
Okay.
Let's mute everything except the TV.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Kari Wahlgren! Oh my God! Hey, look, I have a razor. Could you shave your name into my back, please? Please! Oh God, I love you.
Kari Wahlgren. She's just an amazing actress, and she's also just an amazing person. It's such a complex role, and she has to go through so much. And I think for a good portion of the movie, this is a really unlikable character.
They're just a waste of time. They're useless. What a joke.
That was so rude.
Mary Elizabeth and I, we wanted to get across that she is just very tired of her life, and she's really hurt by some things that have happened in her past. So just kind of trying to make her likable was kind of challenging, but also is what makes the princess so interesting.
Yuki! Hurry, get to the ship already! It's high drama.
Kate is an amazing actress, and there's something so genuinely, authentically feminine about her.
I mean, at least that's what Sandayu believed anyway, wasn't it?
And yet, Kate gets in the booth, and it's all a ruse because she's got all of this attitude and spark.
20 degrees left in 5 seconds, 30 meters out! You want to aim for that branch! Bringing your character to life is a very interesting process, and at the same time, I don't exactly know how I would describe it.
Don't worry, I took care of it.
Huh?
So Naruto's like, damn it, I should have gotten an autograph. And Sasuke says, don't worry, I took care of it. Are you kidding me? A moment of comedy.
Okay, yes. More comedic.
Don't worry, I took care of it.
Huh?
What?
You're all just dying with laughter in there. For me, so much of it is matching the body language that you see. So, if she's doing this, you got to be doing this too. This is how you get wrinkles. And if they're running, you've got to be moving your whole body. So that's why it can be very challenging, because it gets exhausting.
Why even bother? The man will show up on his own soon enough. Until then, we just have to wait.
What's amazing about Lex is that he's got a set of pipes like Orson Welles. He can do just about anything, it seems like to me. He can do all the high, crazy, silly stuff, you know, giant trains, and then he can do these very subtle, intense performances. I mean, he's an incredibly versatile actor.
This isn't a game! You think I don't know this is a fake?
From an acting standpoint, playing a bad character is always a meatier character to dig into.
Kakashi, so you're here at last, and right on time.
We always have a lot more fun because we get to do things that often in real life we wouldn't be able to do.
You wretched!
Princess!
That was great. Just a little louder, I think it'd be fine.
I forgot what I was saying. I was thinking you little in my head. I was like, okay.
That's a good thing to think. Just say damn you.
Yeah.
Then we'll leave the level as is, make it a bit bigger, but that's the feel.
Let's see, Mary Elizabeth as a director is, I would say without question, perhaps the most gifted, talented nightmare of a human being you'll ever meet in your entire life.
They're going to try and take back power if they can, because their princess is back, there's hope in the country again, and that's wonderful. And Dotou just slays them.
Mary Elizabeth is a terrific director in that she's always very good about giving you just enough information so as to get you into, you know, what's going on.
Good, a little more under yourself and put a so at the top.
All right.
Board. I hope at this point that I've developed a way to communicate with actors, to get them basically to do what I want. And sometimes a lot of the time, that involves me actually acting with them. So we continue to watch this amazing epic, and the princess says, I'll never give up. As long as I live, I will gather my strength and forge a path for others to follow. And that is who you are 100%, all right? I try not to give too many line reads because I want it to come from them, but to sort of encourage them or conduct them or spur them on in some way. I mean, it's, plus I'm so passionate about the shows that I work on that it's hard for me not to express myself in a colorful way. Good, just in case.
I personally like that one.
I do too. We're gonna keep that as the main, but just in case it should be a little bit more bitter. I'm done with this. Yeah, smooth but bitter. Okay.
Smooth but bitter.
I quit. I'm done. Yeah. I see it as a very intimate thing because it's usually just me and the actor, and we're in our own dark little world, you know, and we get to create this.
Whatever. It was just a movie. One more.
Yep.
We are in a room by ourselves reacting to the voices of other actors who aren't there. Sometimes it can be a lonely business. And to have people in the room, to have the producers, to have Mary Elizabeth, to have, you know, our engineer, and people providing feedback and giving that general sort of group team atmosphere has been terrific.
Water dragon, everybody. It's like a water, but it's a dragon.
He's so crazy.
It's like half Harry Carey, half Bill Cosby.
I know.
There's definitely a friendship between all of us. We have a lot of fun when we're in the room at the same time and even when we're not.
One of the reasons the show is so well loved is it's about a lot of different characters working together. And actually even the theme of teamwork comes up in many episodes and comes up in the movie, and it's fantastic that it can be reflected in the production as well.
Oh yeah! Naruto Uzumaki, live and in the flesh!
Nice. We're all very passionate about the show and want to make this the best that obviously it can possibly be, but we're also very invested in the characters. Good.
How's that for realism?
We're all kind of hooked on it, and we love it. That's what keeps us all energized throughout the, many episodes that we're producing.